The Qashqai has been a massive success for Nissan. It's consistently been one of the best-selling cars in Britain and also one of the most searched for cars on whatcar.com. Lots of manufacturers have decided they'd like a piece of the Qashqai's success. So can the all-new Qashqai see off the competition without drastically changing the winning formula?
I think the thing I like most about it is the smoother styling, the exterior. Overall, I think the proportions are much better stance. The lower roof, the slightly wider, sleeker car, it'll appeal to a lot more people. And of course the flat floor feature when loading, that's incredible. And being able to store the shelf as well, so I like that. And the instrument panel is very clean and neat, uncluttered, and not full of fake wood. The new Qashqai definitely on the shopping list. It's got to be. It hits all the spots. It's tremendous.
Yeah, I think some of the features I like most about the Qashqai are the changes they've made to the external styling, with these swooping lines down over the bonnet. Just looks a bit more muscular and aggressive, and it just looks a fresher car altogether, really, given that the current model's been around for a few years now. The back of the car doesn't kind of float my boat, really. It looks a little bit flat across the back, and the style of the lights kind of dominate the back of the car. But I think it's just a case of getting used to something that's a little bit different. The amount of room in the Qashqai was really impressive. Given I'm 6'7", having a decent amount of headroom and legroom is important, and there seems ample room, even with the seat travelled fully back, for somebody to sit behind me. Yeah. And the styling of the inside, where they've added in some additional features like the lighting, the mood lighting, just makes it look a more executive-looking vehicle than the previous model.
I think I like the comfort and space most of all. It's really good for a whole family car, enough room for everyone and all our things that we need to take with us. It definitely feels plusher, I would say, and particularly our XTrail is getting a little bit old now, but space-wise it's actually quite comparable. I think the boot space is particularly good, and particularly because you've got the different layer options, so you can make it bigger if you need to, you can hide the parcel shelf if you need to, so I think the flexibility of it and the size is fantastic. The technology bit is probably not as important to me. I'd be looking more at the space and the comfort, but having things like parking cameras would be enormously beneficial, so I certainly wouldn't be disappointed to see added extras like that in the car.
Personally, I'm disappointed it's grown in size slightly. It's, I believe, slightly longer than the previous Qashqai. I quite like the new styling, but it doesn't make me go wow. I like the new technology. I like the fact that the drivers helped to park and drive. I've got a 10-year-old car, and the technology is a world away from my current car. I like the idea that it's built in Britain. So I'm really pleased that the engines are now far more economical. I like the range of engines available, and I like the technology inside for the driver.
Compared to my current car, it's quite a bit more spacious. It looks like there's room for me to put a bike in the back, which is something I need to be able to do. Parking sensors I like. DAB radio as standard is essential for me. I've ruled a couple of cars out because they didn't have DAB radio. The only thing I'm not so keen on is the fixed glass roof. It makes it a very nice light cabin, but I'd prefer an opening sunroof. I've been looking for a car for about 8 or 9 months now, and I've ruled out quite a lot of cars so far for one reason or another, so I'll be queuing up at the Nissan showroom for a seat in one of these when they get them in.
Styling wise, for me, it was something that I really like. Also the interior style, I think that's been really well upgraded. The location of the camera, the road speed recognition, and also the the camera view angles, the 360 cameras. The only thing I'm disappointed, the absolute only thing, is the electronic parking brake. It's something I've always stayed away from. I would consider buying one if I hadn't already just bought a brand new Nissan Qashqai.
The Qashqai has always been a firm favourite with What Car readers, and this all-new model seems to be continuing that trend. The Qashqai goes on sale in January 2014, so look out for more information at whatcar.com.